Well, hello. If you are not offering personal brand photography in your photography business yet, you are missing out in one of the biggest, fastest growing photography niches in the industry. In fact, most niches are in decline right now. Personal brand photography is growing, and I have had a ton of people joining our free personal brand photography group lately and asking, how do I break into this? In part because more and more businesses are realizing how important it's been to have an online presence over the last few months. And lots of people who didn't know how to teach online but have something to share have suddenly seen how easy it is to run courses online, to use tools like Zoom, and are starting courses. Or they had a business on the side and they didn't have time to do it until they had all this time at home. So the online business side of things is growing dramatically, which is a really good thing for you and me, my friend, if we are offering personal brand photography. So I'm going to dive into how to get started in doing this. But before I answer that, or before I go into that, could you answer a question for me quick and tell me, are you currently doing personal brand photography? What is it about personal brand photography that's so appealing to you? So if you are doing it, tell me one of your favorite parts. If you aren't doing it, tell me why you're so interested in doing personal brand photography. Would love to get some comments on here. And in fact, I should probably pull my comment window up so that I can see that. Awesome. Okay, so here's the thing that is so exciting to me, my favorite part of personal brand photography, and why I would love to see you really make this a part of your business. At the very least, offer it alongside of whatever else it is that you're doing within photography. You may find out that you really love it and want to do more of it, but if you should be offering this if you really want to have an easier way to be profitable. And my favorite, the best reason the most important reason I can think of to tell you to do this is that with personal brand photography, you can find clients who hire you on a recurring basis to work with you every quarter, every month, on and on and on, whatever it is. And you can actually get contracts signed with them and set it up so they pay you monthly, whatever it is. So your cash flows can be much more steady. Now, the people that have been doing this the last couple of years, so I have a course called the Story Session System, and it's basically a proven step-by-step process for helping you get your personal brand photography business going and learn how to find and book these recurring clients. The people who've really gone deep into that and focused on recurring clients did not get hit as hard these last few months as the people who've been relying on one-off clients in any industry. In fact, I just got this email from Philippa, and I'm going to be doing a video with her soon, but I want to share this with you because I asked last week how people were doing via email. And here's what she sent me. She said, thanks to you. I had my monthly income from personal brand photography. They're monthly recurring payments. I'm fine. Life is slow, and I'm soaking in my kids for the first time. So thank you. Okay, so because she had recurring clients, this didn't affect her nearly as much. And that's what I've seen, that this is the only group of photographers who didn't get hit hard by all of this craziness last month by being locked down in their homes and unable to work with clients, are the people who had recurring clients, because they still have the monthly income coming in and they're just delaying that next shoot until the next time, until they're able to do that, right? And so more than ever, I want to help people like you, photographers like you, find and book recurring clients within personal brand photography, which is growing like mad, so that if we end up having to go back into some sort of shelter at home scenario, if everything goes crazy over the next few months and we are restricted in our work again, which is very possible if you look at the research, I don't want it to hit you as hard. I don't want it to take out your business. I want you to be able to be like Philippa here, who knows that her income is secure and she can rest without worrying about how her bills are going to get paid. That's why I'm so passionate about this and why I'm sharing this with you today. So, all right. So that's, here's some steps I'm going to walk you through. It's a high-level overview of what I teach in the story session system, which I've had over 1,100 photographers go through that system and use that to start booking these recurring clients. So it's high level because that's a 6-week in-depth thing, but I want to help you get ready and get moving. Okay, so the first thing that I want you to know when you're breaking into personal brand photography is that the clients here are different, okay? The biggest mistake I see people making when they start offering personal brand photography is that they start treating these clients just like portrait clients, high-end portrait clients, and they make 5 critical mistakes. There's 5 common mistakes that almost everybody makes at least 1 or 2 of these until they realize what they are, that will lose them business before they even start, okay? And so one example, I'm not going to go through all 5. You can find them at personalbrandphotography.com. There's a whole series there. I've got, I'll walk you through it in a minute. But one of them, for example, and this one is one that people really struggle with, is if you don't let people edit your photos, right? Like, I know that seems crazy. Like, why would you ever let a client edit your photos? But this is their brand, this is their business. If they want to take that photo and give it to a graphic designer and they do something really blatantly ugly, like spot color or something like that, you know, we have to allow them to do that because it's not about us and our art. It's about them and their brand and how we can help them amplify their own personal brand. Now, most people attract clients who already like the type of editing that we do. But you need to be aware that that's one of the things that, you know, traditionally it was the best practice to say, no, you can't edit my photos, da 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 da. And I mean, for good reason, right? But if you have that same policy for personal brand photography clients, you're not going to book any of them. They're not going to book you, and you won't understand why. Maybe your work is beautiful, maybe everything else is great, but there's 5 of these kinds of things, which I lay out in an article. I'll give you a link to that in a moment, that that really will turn everybody away. So these clients are different. They have different needs, they have different desires. They're less price driven and more driven to save time, to save effort. They want strategy behind their images. They are absolutely willing to pay a lot more money for somebody who can provide the strategy to them and actually help them grow their brand and get more sales. Like, if you can use your images to help them connect with more people in a deep way, if more people are like, oh my, I really love Tracy Reed, you know, like if Tracy put a brand out there and more people were like, man, her photography is awesome and I love her as a person, and that got her more sales, then for her, it's a no-brainer to hire somebody who gets how to create that connection, because it's going to end up making her more money, right? And so there's a video on this page that talks about how to pitch personal brand photography, how to explain the value of personal brand photography. You can go back and watch that later. It's right here in the videos. It's one of the questions of the week. So you can find that here on the Jamie M. Swanson page. But you need to really understand the differences, because we're more like team members. We're more like, we're not with them all the time. But if you really want to have recurring clients, we need to think of ourselves as kind of being on retainer and being a part of somebody's business team and being able to help them get results strategically. That's something we talk about in depth in the story session system, because not anybody, but there's thousands and thousands of photographers, probably millions of photographers, who can take beautiful images. But unless they really understand the strategy that's going to help them connect their clients with the people their clients are trying to, basically, if they can help grow their client's business, then it's a no-brainer to hire them at almost any price. Okay, so that's really important. You have to understand the difference. You have to understand how to present yourself as a photographer. You need to know how to get them results, all sorts of really important things that most photographers do not know how to do. Okay, so once you understand the differences, it's Tracy, that's not where, thank you for sharing that link, but that's not where it is. It's at personalbrandphotography.com is the start of this. And that link, personalbrandphotography.com, which if you want to type that one out, that would be great. I don't think I actually have that as an overlay for my screen. Normally I have the links ready to go. Forgot to make that one. Sorry, friends. That one's going to tell you more about the differences in the clients that exist. And it's actually part of a larger 5-part series. If you keep going along that series, you'll get to the 5 mistakes. That's the next page that the 5 mistakes that will lose you business. You can go right through there. No worries, Tracy. You're so sweet. I'm so glad you're posting that link. But personalbrandphotography.com will help you understand the differences in clients more. Okay. So once you understand the differences in your clients, thank you, Diana. So now I can add this right to the post. You're awesome. Personalbrandphotography.com. It should be in the comments right for you just to click and head over there when this is over. But you've got to understand how the clients are different, because they're really, really different. And there's a lot more than I'm going to go into right here. So especially the pricing structure, all sorts of stuff there. So definitely go check that out, because it will make a massive difference. And these 5 things are best practices that have been taught and are still being taught by lots of people in the industry that are just outdated. They won't work for this new kind of personal brand photography client. Everything has changed, okay? So you need to be willing to make those changes. All right, so once you understand the difference, then to get going in personal brand photography, you need to get some portfolio building images, right? You need to build a portfolio here. Now, I highly believe the best way to do that is through what I call the 1K Weekend Challenge, which is literally a challenge where I tell you what to say and do and how to modify it for your specific situation so that you can actually book paying clients as portfolio building clients. And it's very non-pushy, and in fact, it's still working today. I just went back and looked at my stats for this because I track all of this stuff. And oh, let me pull the link up for that. There's the link for that. If somebody wants to type it in, that'd be awesome. But the 1K weekend, we've had, it was just over 500 people sign up for that since the pandemic was started officially, since it was declared a pandemic. And here's kind of the sad, scary thing, is only 4% of the people who've signed up to do the challenge actually did the challenge and track their results. Like, I send out a form where you can track what happened. But here's the thing, right? Most people don't think that we can book clients in this environment right now. Maybe you're still in lockdown, but you can absolutely book them and do all the strategy and planning beforehand, and then just schedule the shoot for as soon as you're able to start working again, okay? And for the people, for the 4% of the people who did it, that's hardly anything, right? By the way, those people are the ones who are going to make it through this, because this isn't suddenly going to end and have everything go back to normal. At some point, you got to realize this is our new normal. People are still booking photographers. In fact, here's a thing I got from Oscar. I got too many things on the screen here. Basically saying he's in lockdown, but he needed professional photos to grow their business. First time they're doing it. They definitely need help with it. This is still a need today, and it's going to be a need going forward. So don't wait. Don't believe the lie that people aren't booking clients. Lots of people are booking clients right now. Of the the people who actually did the 1K weekend since the pandemic was officially declared, 44% of them booked clients. That percentage used to be higher before the pandemic, but seriously, 44% booked clients when they couldn't even go and do the session, because people see the need. They want this. They want to be at the top of your waiting list for when you are able to start working with them again. And I know many of you are actually able to start working with clients even right now. And so definitely that's a great way to do it. There's also a contract. If you do the 1K weekend and you need a contract, once you start booking clients, you're going to need a contract. So if you need one, I do have one at personalbrandcontract.com. I worked with a lawyer. His name is Bobby Klink. He's an intellectual property lawyer. We created there's 4 pieces to it. It's a bundle. There's a regular personal brand photography contract, because it's different than portraits and it's different than commercial work. It's kind of a hybrid of the two, and it's got some unique things that we need to take into account. And so the contract is going to cover all of that. It's not like one where you buy it and you have to fill in all the blanks. This one is super comprehensive. It's completely in line with what I'm teaching in the story session system. So you actually learn a lot about the course through just reading the contract, frankly. But there's a one-time contract for one-off clients. And then thank you, Tracy, again for posting that. And then second, there is a contract that has all the language for booking recurring clients that work with you on an ongoing basis. So if you want to have some clients, kind of like Philippa did here, where she had income coming in because they were on contract paying her monthly, right? This is a contract you can use for booking those kinds of clients. It'll have it all laid out. It'll all be contracted, so you don't have to worry about them coming back each time and signing a contract again and everything else, right? And so you will need a contract at some point. You can get that there. There's also 2 model releases, one for minors, one for adults. So that's all included. It's got all the commercial release stuff and everything else you need in there. It does cover liability about COVID. It was just recently updated. So anybody who had purchased it in the past got an update via email. So if you're watching this and didn't see that via email, definitely go search for it. It came out, I think, last week or the week before. And then sometime in the mid to end of May. And so you are covered there as well. It's all built into that contract. So if you need that, you can get that there. Once you've got a contract, once you've gotten a few, let me pull that down now. Once you've gotten some portfolio building clients and you've gone through the process with them, the next step is to leverage not just the images to help you book more clients. Everyone thinks that if we get enough images, we'll book clients. But the real thing is to leverage the stories from those clients and the success from those first clients that you get to help book your first full paying clients. And not only that, but you can actually, if you are providing an incredible experience with them and getting them results, it's very easy to convert those one-time clients into recurring clients. Now, I actually have a training that's in the 1K weekend for anybody who does the 1K weekend training or challenge that actually posts the script and then tracks their results. So they tell me what the results are. You can watch a free training that I wrote that tells you exactly how to convert your 1K weekend clients into full paying recurring clients. It's the process that I've seen work for many photographers. It's basically all the messaging, the things you say, the things you do to make it not pushy at all, but really to invite them to become that client. Because when you have that strategy ready to go, then it's much more likely that they're going to be able to become those recurring clients for you. And that's really the goal. Most people want to start working with you one time first to just kind of see how it goes, see if it actually works, all this stuff. So when you do that, you follow the story session system, you get those results for them. And then you follow this process, it's very easy to get them to sign up as a recurring client. And we're going to be sharing more and more case studies over the next few weeks about how people booked their first recurring client. We've published the first couple, I think, we've published a lot recently, the last couple of years, but I just posted one a week or 2 ago. You'll see it in the case studies section of the video tab right here on this page, so you can go look there. But you want to leverage those first, paying clients to get them to turn into recurring clients. So again, if you haven't done the 1K weekend, it's right here. Go sign up here, but don't just sign up and save it in your inbox or something. Go and do it. It takes about an hour to an hour and a half to go through the training and prep the script so that you can post it. But when you do that, if 44% of people are getting results, there's a 44% chance that you could book clients tomorrow or over the next few days just by following this process. What do you have to lose? It's totally free. Why not? And it is by far the best way to break into personal brand photography. Now, I will say, if you are just coming out of lockdown and you are finally able to start working with clients again, and you're still in a really restricted state where you're not able to do a lot of work with clients, you may first want to check out this Restart Your Business guide. It's at personalbrandphotography.com/restart. That's free. It's a 10-step process for getting your business restarted after all this craziness. It talks about it helps you figure out what guidelines you need to have in your business to keep yourself and your clients safe. It talks about what your clients need to do in order to keep things safe. And then it helps you communicate with your past clients and future clients as to the fact that you're restarting, you're booking again. It tells you how to go about really getting restarted as quickly as you can, since I know a lot of us have kind of been on a pause. Or you're opened up again and you're starting to work again, but you really want to give it a little boost. In that Restart Your Business guide, there is an optional bundle that you can purchase for $10 that has a pre-written script for basically a Restart Your Business promotion to help you get some of those paying clients in the door. That's all like related to this, to getting your business started fast. That actually helps people who were hurt by this, who still need images. It's kind of a win-win for everybody. There's also a bunch of emails in there if you're not sure, and like scripts. I think there's 5 or 6 scripts and emails in there for communicating with people to help them get booked, help them to book sessions that may have been canceled, all of that stuff to basically help you get started fast. It also has a liability clause for your contract if you already have a contract, but it doesn't currently have the language that it needs to have to cover you from liability with COVID. It has just the liability clause in there. It also has a liability, a COVID-19 guidelines and liability waiver in there. So for any clients who booked with you in the past who already signed a contract with you and are going to work with you in the future, or anyone who's going to be working with you while you have special guidelines on your business and restrictions around your business because of all of this, this is an extra form that you can have them sign once you've decided what guidelines you're going to have in place, that has your updated liability clause in it so that you're protected there, but also helps them understand how your business is changed, like how you're going to operate differently, like if you're going to require masks and who can be there and all that stuff. $10 for all of that. That's an upsell to the Restart Your Business Guide. Restart Your Business Guide is free, but the language, the liability clause, the template, and the little promo script, $10. I wanted to make it a no-brainer. I know people are out there selling the same thing for $100 or more, and I just know how hard the photography industry has been hit. And so I tried to make it a no-brainer price, literally charging just enough so that I can reinvest into getting the word back out into other photographers. I want to run ads using the money I make from that so that I can help spread the word, because I really want to help our industry get back on its feet. That's my ultimate goal, is to save the photography industry. Oh, Diana, look at you. Diana said it's totally worth the $10. Thank you, Diana. I'm glad you found it helpful. And like I said, I really just want to get the Restart Your Business Guide out in front of as many people as possible. My goal, like, I know how hard you guys were hit. I'm not trying to like nickel and dime you and whatever, but I want to spread this far and wide so that people aren't spending tons of money on resources they can get for less. As they're getting restarted. That's kind of my way of giving back. And so your purchase of that not only like gives you the resources you need, but I'm literally reinvesting every dollar of that back into ads so that I can get this out to more people. Because I want to find, honestly, my business was hit really hard too. And so I don't have my own personal money as much to invest back into it. So that was a great way for me to leverage that. And Tracy said she'll be doing that today. Awesome. So it's a way for you to really play a part in helping other photographers get back on their feet again too. And I know we always feel like there's not much we can do on an individual basis. This is something bigger than yourself that you can be a part of. So, all right. So let me summarize a little bit. If you're breaking into personal brand photography, really excited for you because there's never been a better time to do it. Number one, make sure you know how these clients are different. Go to personalbrandphotography.com, read how they're different, go through that entire, it's part of a 5-part series. The first part is how things have changed. That is not updated for our current situation right now. It was from pre-COVID, so that's not as important. But personalbrandphotography.com will take you right to how clients are different, so you can understand that. Then the next page on it, and there'll be a button at the bottom that says go to this next thing, will tell you about the 5 main deal breakers that you need to be aware of that are outdated best practices that are still being taught by many people in our industry. Okay. And then it'll take you through some of the other stuff. It'll talk to you a little bit more about the story session system, whatever else. It generally takes people about 25 minutes to read through that because it's super comprehensive. It's got a lot of research in it and background information because I really wanted you to be able to get started. Then I highly recommend you sign up for the 1K weekend to start booking your first portfolio building clients that are paying instead of free, right? And that's a free challenge again for you. You go to 1kweekend.com, sign up and do it. Do the challenge. Do not sign up unless you're going to do it, because if you do the challenge, 44% of you are getting results, and that's amazing. And even if you don't get results, right, it's going to tell you why. You're going to get this free bonus training that's going to teach you how to convert one-time clients into recurring clients, which is really what you want to have in case we need them for the future, because who doesn't want steady cash flow that they can count on? And if you do want to work with me in the story session system, it's literally a proven step-by-step system that is as much done for you as possible. It's not so much a course. Like, yes, it teaches you some stuff, but more than anything, it's like a business. like a digital business package that you can take and immediately implement these things into your business as quickly as possible. Lots of scripts about what to say, what to do, how to find these clients, how to get on their radar. Once you are on their radar, how do you actually convert them into paying clients that are recurring clients? All that stuff is included in the story session system. That's a $2,000 course, which one recurring client pays for several times over. I mean, even in the first year, you're gonna make more than that back. If you do the 1K weekend challenge, just a side note, if you actually track your results, I will give you half off the course right now, because I know it's a hard time for people, and I really want to make sure that this is a no-brainer for you. So you do your work in trying to book 2 clients to make the first $1,000. I will give you $1,000 off if you have done the challenge, whether you book clients or not, so that hopefully the course is a system is an absolute no-brainer for you, so that you can know how to get your clients results and get them to want to hire you on an ongoing basis, which is like the most amazing part of all of this. So, all right, you guys are wonderful. Would love to hear more if you have any more questions. If you want to ask me questions, we have a free personal brand photography group. It's right here. You can go and join that. You can be with over 10,000 other personal brand photographers. Lots of people in there are just breaking into personal brand photography for the first time right now. And so definitely check that out. You're going to be surrounded by both alumni who've been through the story session system, as well as people who are just starting out. But it's a great place to really talk about what's working, what's not, who's booking, who's not, and get help with the 1K weekend stuff. There's several posts in there so that if you're doing the 1K weekend, you can get support through doing that. It's a great challenge, and most of the people in the group have done the 1K weekend challenge at one point or another. Not everybody, but a good chunk of people have, because I used to run this 3 times a year as a big event. Now I'm kind of letting people go through it at their own. Thank you, Tracy, for posting that. I let people go through it in their own pace right now. And yeah, that's every week on Mondays at noon. I answer one question that comes out of the group. This time I took a question that I've just seen lots of people asking when they join, because they ask you what your biggest struggle is or your biggest question is. Sometimes I take it right out of the group itself and and answer it here. But would love to continue helping you grow your personal brand photography business. So definitely check out the group. Go to personalbrandphotography.com. And if you found this video helpful, would love it if you would pass it along to anyone else who you know who's a photographer who's not already offering personal brand photography. And there should be a little notification that pops up at the end of the video that allows you to both like the page and, I think, sign up for notifications when I go live, so that you never miss one of these questions of the week or one of the case studies or things I post. So definitely do that as well, and let me know what that is. So anyways, thank you for joining me today. I hope you found this helpful, and I cannot wait to hear your success with personal brand photography.